Hi there again. Welcome again to the next part of group discussion. We will continue with what is group discussion, understanding group discussion in a stronger way. Now the next process that we're going to look about is called as a major points of evaluation in the group discussion. What is it that the recruiter is looking at to select you, or how he is going to evaluate you, what terms and conditions he is going to use to evaluate you. The first thing any HR would want to, or any recruiter would want to, or any employer would want to look at your personality. Now when we speak about personality, I would suggest that your smartness, the way you dress, the way you smile, the way you're confident, the way you speak, the quality of a language that you use, anything, how smart you appear out in front of this. Now looks can be different, but you can still be a very smart looker with an average, having an average person. So how well you can be smart is what is being judged. The next is how cheerful you are amongst people. Now let's understand there's a group of 8 or 10 people sitting about. Are you going to sulk? Are you going to feel defeated? Are you going to be overconfident? Are you going to be speaking too much? Or are you going to be this person whom everybody likes to be addressed or everybody likes to address? So it is something like we'll understand that this person is a cheerful personality. That's what the HR is wanting to look at you for. The next thing we say is where we are bringing the cheerful concept and the smartness, being an enthusiastic person. You know, when you speak, you should have a lot of enthusiasm in yourself. You cannot say a good morning sounding it to be a bad timing. You should say good morning as if it really means to be a good morning. So you show a lot of cheerfulness and you show a lot of enthusiasm in the way you speak to somebody. The next part I would want to speak here is called as contribution to the group. Now, how good a team member you are, how well you can contribute to the group, the qualities that anybody wants to look at in you. You make comments that are relevant to the task. You make comments that are important to that particular subject. So you're contributing for the group's ideas. You ask pertinent questions. You ask those questions that are important for that particular task to be understood better. You ask questions such that people learn through your question and answer that is getting followed about. You offer right opinions. You make points such a way that it adds value to already that is being spoken. It adds value to the whole concept of whatever the task is being given. You make constructive and helpful suggestions. Now when I say suggestions, you suggest in such a way that the group's task is in accordance with what you're telling. You make helpful suggestions in such a way that people feel that there's an advantage with what kind of suggestions you make. This can be imbibed and the task can be completed successfully. The third one that I want to right now concentrate on is called as cooperative behavior. Now, many people have many different behaviors. Many people behave in a rude way, arrogant way, lot of attitude. But how good you are to be in a group. Cooperative, meaning to say how well you put the task of the group ahead of your own interests. Stay on the task. First major thing under cooperative behavior is please stick to the task without moving away, derailing from the task, or to concentrate on your personal task. The second cooperative behavior it says about is that you encourage other group members, probably who are not as active as you or who are very passive. Encourage people to work together, encourage people to learn, encourage people to grow, share knowledge and information with them such that they are also an integral part of the group and going towards the task that is necessary for the group to finish. Support group decisions. Even though you might agree or disagree sometimes, you support what is a group discussions rather than your individual discussion. Don't stick to what you feel is correct. Please accept what the group unanimously decides. The next is demonstrate team-oriented attitude. It means the same again, but now since the word attitude has come out, it means to say that you work for the group. Exhibit quality attitude to show about I am willing to walk that longer step for the sake of the group. A mile extra for the sake of the group or the group's task or for the group to benefit. The last point of evaluation that I want to speak here is called as leadership. Now, leadership is known by a lot of meanings. Leadership is for many things. Now, how do you initiate a discussion shows the quality of how good a leader you are. Without waiting for others to take responsibility, you are willing to take a responsibility. You are willing to go ahead and start something, initiating something for the health of the group, for the task to start, for somebody to be there and they look up to you because you are a wonderful leader who took an initiative or a responsibility. You direct the discussion. You're there also probably to tell people that we are moving off, let's get in, or to be told, yes, I apologize, I moved away, let's come back to the task. Shows qualities of a good leader and a good team member. Encourage participants amongst everybody in the group. Please don't be a one-man army. Do not please demoralize somebody just because you want to be a leader. Encourage everybody to get in to finish the task. The last one encourages consensus. Encourage somebody's decision. Accept it that it is also your decision. You may or may not agree as I told. So, while in a group, it is important that you concentrate that you are participating as a leader or a group member and only concentrating on what task the group wants to finish. Let's move ahead and go to the next point as usual, the do's and don'ts. So I'll concentrate here to speak about the do's in a group discussion. In a group discussion, please be appropriate to the issue or the task. Make original points. Support them by substantial reasoning. Do not repeat the same thing which is previously told by people. Do not please repeat the same thing in active and reported speech and think it is different. Don't copy somebody else's line, pull it away from them. Make real, original, your own points. Listen to the other participants actively and carefully, such that first, you don't repeat their points. Second, you also can do a job of giving out a conclusion which is important that you listen to the other participants also. Whatever you must say, let it be in a logical flow and validate it with an example as far as possible. Make sure that your points are validated with examples in such a way that people really understand and take it forward in the group task. Make accurate statements. Don't bluff. Don't lie. Don't say it is like this. It was heard. Don't speak about rumors. Make statements that make sense and that are appropriate. Do's in a group discussion. Modulate the volume, your pitch and tone. Make sure your body language and the pitch and the tone of the voice is appropriate. It is necessary sometimes to raise the pitch of the voice but immediately drop it down. That could be to grab people's attention. That could be to push in, or when somebody is continuously speaking, you want to make a point rather than being arrogant. Increase the pitch that they slow down to continue this. So manage your pitch and tone and the volume of your voice. Very important as a do in a group discussion. Be considerate to the feeling of others. Give them a chance. Don't be the most spoken man. Most spoken man don't win in a group discussion. A person who's considerate shows good qualities of a leader, good qualities of being a group member, allocates and allows others also to speak and allows them to speak, and being definitely concerned about the feeling of others matters. Don't criticize directly. Try to get your turn. Don't push. Try to get your turn. Be sure your confidence allows you to manage and stay in the group discussion for a longer time. Be an active and dynamic participating throughout the discussion. Also, through your listening. Listen well such that it helps you not to repeat or helps you in the conclusion while you're making it in the end. Talk with confidence and talk with assurance. Now, confidence and self-assurance will happen only when you're well prepared and well planned, and also you're well read. So a lot of information gives a lot of knowledge to share. So that gives you confidence and that definitely gives you a lot of assurance. Don'ts during group discussion. Don't be shy. Don't be nervous. Don't keep yourself isolated from the group discussion. Don't sit quiet without speaking. Involve yourself. Pick your points. Pick your chances. Move in. Speak. Don't interrupt another while they're speaking. That's very rude. Bad attitude definitely is not a quality of a good member or a leader in a group discussion. Speak in favor. Example. Establish your position and stand by it strongly. Stubbornly, when you stand up to your own point, it looks very bad. So don't do that. You should be flexible enough to accept others' view and understand, okay, that can also be there. Please be careful before making a negative sentence, because standing stubbornly by a negative sentence will definitely push you to the negative. Don't change opinions. When you speak about one particular thing, particularly in the polar topics, you have to speak about what that you want to state in that particular matter. Do not move away to the another and speak about the second part. Don't do that. Don't change your opinion. Don't make fun of your colleagues. Don't make fun of your other participants. Don't make fun of the people who are participating in the group discussion. Your job is to be a leader and a group member, that you have to pull everybody towards that task of finishing the group discussion. Continuing with don'ts during a group discussion. Don't engage yourself in subgroup discussions. Stay as one, speak about that topic and continue. While there is somebody speaking, you cannot speak to another besides you. Slow or loud tone. Don't repeat yourself. Don't use irrelevant materials. Unnecessary things need not be introduced into a group discussion. Stick on. It's okay. Speak about the topic. Take your chance. Stop when you don't have nothing to speak. While others are speaking, listen. Then you continue with what you have to speak next. Stop and don't address yourself to the examiner. Don't look towards HR. Don't look towards the person and then speak. Concentrate on the group. Look at everybody in the group to speak. Don't concentrate on one particular person to speak. Particularly when somebody is spoken against your point before you, you don't have to look at that person at all. Next would be important points in group discussion. Be assertive. A beautiful word. Do not beat around the bush. Speak your points straight. An assertive person is direct and honest. Now you be careful not to hurt others, and that's self-respect. Now this way you can make sure the decorum of the group is held. Be a patient listener. Listen to another person. That also shows that you're appreciating them. Nod your head, smile. It also shows that you're appreciating their point. Use the right language. Words can make a lot of difference. It can make friends. It can also make enemies. So use words that will make you friends and which will again manage and maintain what the group task is. Be analytical and fact-oriented. Don't speak something which is very vague. Don't speak something which are not facts. Please, whenever you're stating a point, when you're stating a line, when you're stating a quote, be fact-oriented. Say something that is relevant towards the group's task. Now, this is very important. Accept criticism. Look at it as a constructive criticism. To learn more. Take a feedback to learn more, to be better, to make changes in your information and knowledge sharing. If any member of the group criticizes you or disapproves a point, it is not necessary to get upset. It is unwise to get upset. You can continue focusing on your task. You don't have to concentrate on their negative criticism. Accept it to learn, but if it is going to be rude, ignore. In case the criticism is simple, take it as a constructive one. It is pointed directly, so you learn and continue. Maximize participation. One must try to contribute as much as possible in a group discussion. Now, that doesn't mean that you break somebody's point of view. You're going to stop people from speaking. You're going to interrupt somebody speaking. You take your chances and speak as much as possible. That way, and relevant things. Such a way that you make an impact onto the recruiter. Show leadership qualities. Multiple times this has been told. Show qualities of taking initiative. Show qualities of acknowledging people. Also show qualities that you're there to intervene when somebody is making a mistake or derailing from the topic. So without showing an attitude, without being arrogant, you can be assertive and make this go on well. The learning outcomes of a group discussion. We understand through this video what is group discussion, why a group discussion. We also understood what is the difference between a GD, debate and an argument. What are the types of group discussion? Prerequisites of group discussion. We understood the major points of evaluation in a group discussion and the don'ts and do's of a group discussion. I wish you all the best. looking forward for future videos. Many more videos of group discussion on the way. All the best.